YouTube, how's it going guys? I'm going to do a walk around of my Edge Sidewinder off-road buggy, which is an Australian design called Sidewinder because the motorbike sitting there because the same engine is in the buggy. It's in the motorbike, and you may be able to see that's slightly more canted forward in the actual buggy. Just capped down below that rail, keeps a wee bit of the sump up. But the real important thing about positioning the engine is that you line up the centre of your output sprocket. Hopefully you'll be able to see there with the centre of your pivot, your swinging arm. So if you imagine the exact centre of the nut for the sprocket, probably very hard to see as we cover on it there, and pivot for that. So you line those up, get that the engine height wise, the right height, and then forward and back. So I canted it forward, but got that positioned up. And what it means is, as the swinging arm pivots up and down, it's on the exact same pivot point, so the chain doesn't get any tighter or looser. Actually, in a motorbike it does, because the pivot point's behind where the actual sprocket is. So this is more just of a guide. Probably while I'm here, get that sprocket carrier made. This axle is not mild steel. It's, I forget, B32 or something like that. It's the sort of, it is axle grade steel, and it's kind of like the hardest steel you'll get that can still be machined, because there's a keyway that'll actually go into it. Most of the buggies have a brake on that side there, and that's it. Big 4-stroke engine has a lot of engine braking, but I shoehorned in another brake there, and that maybe keeps us around here. The suspension, it's a motocross shock from Suzuki RMZ 450, I think, and you make up this swinging arm. It's all in the drawings, and there's like a nylon bushes for the pivot on. You have like little needle roller burns, and you have I forget, the burns are actually on the end. There's actually obviously one on each side, but I forget the type, and I have a wee sort of fin on. You can see it there. It stops the disc getting bashed. Probably while I'm here, obviously this is a fuel tank here, and I have an electric pump running the fuel up to I have little vacuum pumps as well, but mainly just use the electric pump. It's a good job. It fills a little header tank, and then the access just flows right back down into in. Can't be now taking this all off. There's 2 carbs there, so the wee header tank just gravity feeding the 2 carbs. Tricky thing to do is gear change. Obviously in a bike, your levers just running along here, so you actually put it up, and there's all wee linkages here, so it runs up. It's very hard to maybe see and explain, but it runs up to a pivot point and over, a bit like the paddles of a bike or a seesaw, so it's pivoting. Say where my knuckle is, and it's actually pivoting around that. It transfers it over here. The beauty of that pivot is what changes the sort of drive. So I go forward, I get first gear, and second, third, fourth, fifth, and that's my clutch. Switch gear of the motorbikes here, I can start it. There's kill switch, there's the choke, there's light switches and stuff. No lights on it, but you can actually fit lights because there's not there in the engine. The paddle box is, so many things to remember, is a Mazda MX-5. I have a plate across those 2 middle paddles, because well, this being the clutch, left paddle's the rear brake, front paddle's the right. If you push that plate in the middle there, front rear bias be the same. If you push over towards the right, more brake in the front, over to the left, more brake in the rear. But say most of the braking is the engine. Obviously throttle there, big long cable running back. I think it's a cable from a scooter made up or something. And front suspension, rear dampers from a TVR Tuscan, Dustin dampers, lucky enough to actually, and I got those springs. You preload them up, and front suspension works really well. So there's a rear too, like, but a demo. Not sure what the light's like, but you might be able to see with disc brakes in here. The actual steering have actual little roller burns in there. A guy did make these white spoons for me. He had made them before and he had a template. He powder coated them. I actually bought the whole main frame. My dad started to make it. Its business is making roll cages. You can see it's all tubular. He had made that on the main frame, none of this. And I think when it came to the suspension and that and fitting engines, and just, you know, I decided to sell it, and I had that engine, so I thought, why not? And I started building. So it takes a while. Like, steering is Ford Escort Mark II steering rack, and you cut off the big long side you don't need, and you cut the rack and you weld it back on and just make a wee tiny rack, and it's a plastic wee bush you need machined. And that one is actually from a rally car one, which is a higher ratio, so, and obviously here's the ball joints and stuff. So that one actually half a turn of the steering and it'll be full lock of the wheels. Great fun to drive. Obviously it's the solid axle, there's no diff, so if you're in like a field or something, just, you can make it go sideways all the time. Radiators from a Nissan Micra. Most car radiators very wide, but that one there is ideal. Cap the fan on it, and have thermostat that'll kick in and bring the fan on. But I can actually switch it on up from the dash itself. I have it wired in and actually flick it on if I want. And you can't help but notice I have set a clock, so the ref counter works from the back, and that's ideal. Can't really connect the speedo up. There's nothing to drive it. That would be wrong. Size of wheels, but and the temperature gauge, real handy, neutral light, all that. So the steering column is actually Ford Fiesta. You can see a steering lock and it's still working. I have an isolator switch here, it kills the whole electrics. You need that if you're going to do any events and anything. Again, no idea how well the video will come out in terms of footage. That's master cylinders for rear brakes, master cylinder there for front brakes. A little throttle arrangement. The bracket there, working the throttle. What else am I missing? Yeah, the universal joints, probably for, you can see the first universal joint here from the steering, and there's another one, probably not be able to see it. That's my brake light switch there actually. I have no idea how well that'll come out, but there's no universal joint in there. And the beauty of that steering column is too, it's a collapsible one actually, but that wee buggy's very sturdy, you know, but the actual steering column will collapse. The airbag doesn't work like but a 5-point harness in under that, I'll take it all. That's just a rally seat and that keeps it dry, but there's a start seat, some of the things are out of the harness. Fuel tank, it's baffled, foam, stops fuel slushing about. You fill it up with fuel, actually counterbalances the weight of the engine. You might get a wee better look there at the rear disc brake and stuff. I think that one's a wee go-kart carrier or whatever. And the front brakes are from some kind of quad or whatever. But it's quite fun making them and a lot of fun driving them. So I'll have a quick look here and see what the time is. And, 10 minutes. We waffle on a bit more, but that's it in brief. And I actually had to get, as a rectifier, had to get the CDI unit. I bought the engine separate. The better if you had a whole donor bike. So, well, that's a wee quick overview. of what I call Bugaso 650, because engine's from a Pegaso 650 Buggy, Bugaso. Yeah, brilliant. So I think I'll sign off with that. Just trying to keep it under the 10 minutes. So the bonnet that came away from Australia. That's me. All the best, guys. Take it easy. Hope that was useful. If you were going to build one or whatever. Take it easy. Bye.